huts, or maybe those Japanese little cupboard holes. That's what I've got in heaven, is one of those Japanese apartments that are like, it's like a little tube, like a torpedo tube from Star Trek. That's where I'm going to live, a little coffin. Um, so, but in the actual King James Bible, it says that we have many mansions available. That he's preparing this mansion for me with hopefully all of my dogs that I've lost, all my animals will be there. Um, that's all I really want. I don't really care about a building, but I'm sure he has uh, some kind of space for me to dwell in heaven. But whatever he wants for me, I'm not too picky. I would be happy with a torpedo tube as long as I was in heaven, you know. But what, but the scriptural acknowledgement here is in 14:2. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. So he's saying that if it were a torpedo tube, he would tell you. But actually, it's a whole mansion. And a mansion, I mean, to me, okay, this is just me thinking, a mansion is like the house that when I was a kid, I knew two guys that they're now, I think they're both, the one is a soldier and the other is a workaholic for Jeep. And we knew them, and they had the most amazing house that I have ever been in my life. Now that to me is a mansion, but probably to rich snobby people they'd be like, that's a peasant dwelling, that is nothing. Their father was a truck driver and their mother was a banker. I think truck driver, he probably made pretty good money, and the banker, yeah, she probably made pretty good money too. So they were able to afford this really impressive house. It was over on Flanders Road. Very nice houses around there. And we went there and hung out with their two sons. It was my brother. I grew up with the one guy was in the same class as me, and then the other guy was in the same class as my brother. And we kind of grew up together a little bit. You know, the one guy, I don't think the last time we met, I think I kind of offended him, and so we haven't really talked to them in a long time. But as far as a mansion, in my brain, that would be a mansion. That was the most impressive house I've been in my lifetime. To a rich person, though, that was probably a quarter of a mansion. Now, to me, I walked in there when I was a kid, and I was like, why are there two kitchens? Like you go into the living room, dining room, then you jump into the second living room, then another kitchen, then the fourth bathroom, and then you jump into the third kitchen and the fifth living room, and then the seventh movie theater over here. You know, and I was dumbfounded because the place was just so huge. And of course, I was a little kid too, so anything that probably as an adult, you're probably like, oh, this house is not that impressive. But to me, probably half the size I am now, it seems like a mansion to me. Why do you have a second kitchen? This is weird. And 17 bathrooms. And when we visited them, they had actually built a second house on the land. Like they had a whole, they added on a garage, and then they turned the upstairs portion of the garage into a whole apartment, and that was just as beautiful as the other building. These are very amazing people to do all that, but that's what I think of when I think of a mansion. I think of that house, a very impressive house. Anyway,